UK house prices have risen at their fastest rate in 15 years, according to the Halifax.
With demand outstripping supply and the average house price up 7.8% on the year. What are the best tips when looking to purchase a property or to sell the one you already own? Well,
let's talk to Head of Research at Zoopla, Grainne Gilmore, who can hopefully give us the lowdown on all of this. Grainne, it's great if you're wanting to sell your house, but if you're looking to buy, there's a lot of competition out there.
There really is a lot of competition, as you say, in the market. And we saw that demand for people wanting to move home or buy their first home really rise after the end of the first lockdown, back when the pandemic began. Because what the lockdowns meant that a lot of people were spending a lot of time at home in their houses and really reflecting on how and where they wanted to live. And we are still seeing that demand in the market now. We had a stamp duty holiday. That was a very busy time. But even after that's over, we're still seeing demand in the market.
We all got really sick of our own houses, Grainne. You're right. That's kind of what you're saying, isn't it? And it forced us to... You did it, but then you live in a beautiful place. But I think it forced us to consider what we want out of life. Lots of us, and especially those with children, when you're trapped in the house with your kids, kind of came out the other side and said, I need a bigger garden. I want an office to work from home. Are those the kind of changes that people are looking to make?
Absolutely. So homes are great. But when you're spending all your time in it and trying to teach children and trying to work from home, gardens, we know, have become a lot more popular. And that is why family houses in particular are in such strong demand, because they typically come with a garden or some sort of outside space. Flats as well with balconies were very popular. But in the last 4 or 5 months, we've also seen a swing back to more normal market conditions. We're seeing demand really rising for flats in city centres as well. And it's understandable. City centre life has opened up again. Things are practically back to how they used to be back in early 2020. So we're seeing demand for all sorts of homes right across the market at the moment.
Yeah, but the problem is, Grainne, as we always say when it comes to house prices over the last sort of 10, 15 years or so, it's all well and good if you've got a house and you want to upgrade to a bigger family home or whatever it may be. It's getting on the property ladder which is becoming ever more problematic.
That is why the government is very keen to introduce schemes. It's encouraging mortgage lenders, for instance, to be kind of helping those first-time buyers who don't have access to a large deposit. It's really angling to make sure that they can get onto the ladder by being able to get a mortgage. But what we are seeing signs of is that there is more supply starting to come to the market. That's great news, because what was actually inhibiting supply towards the end of last year, i.e. people not listing their homes for sale, especially family houses, was that they were worried that the house would sell so quickly they wouldn't be able to find somewhere else to live. So just people starting to list more homes just means the market will normalise more and everyone will have a better opportunity.
Mm.
What about the situation across the UK? Because obviously there's such disparity when it comes to prices, and of course the London bubble that everyone talks about. I mean, are we seeing a similar increase percentage-wise in prices up and down the UK?
No, we have seen price rises of 16% in some areas of Wales over the last year, whereas in London the average prices are up about 2.3% in this very centre of London.
Sorry, Grainne, to interrupt you, but is that because of you get more space for your money? Perhaps in Wales they might have larger gardens, less population density.
There's definitely a correlation between the more affordable markets across the UK and where we've seen the highest price rises. And another factor that we haven't mentioned yet, of course, is the beginning of hybrid working. So there's plenty of people working who will be tied if they're working in a hospital or working in retail. But for all those office workers, this introduction of hybrid working means that they have the option to perhaps move further away from the office than they would have ever considered before. And that has opened up whole new markets across the UK.
OK. Grainne Gilmore from Zoopla, really good to talk to you this morning. Thank you. Let us know if you're trying to get onto the property ladder at the moment. Let us know how you're getting on with all of that. GBViews at GBNews.